So much talk about Virat Kohli and whether or not he should play the whole tour of Australia. I've got two thoughts that come to mind straight away before we look at numbers. The first, it would have been his fourth tour. It still is his fourth tour of Australia. He's never been a parent before. There's more to life than being a cricketer. And Virat Kohli, as I've often said to people, is as much an international batsman as a man in love. And that's not such a bad thing these days. You don't know. It's probably going to happen only once, may happen twice. He wants to be with his wife at the time of the delivery. I think the world has now reached a stage where these things should not only be allowed, they should be encouraged. Families last a lifetime. Cricket tours don't last a lifetime. And I can understand where people are coming from. I mean, the series he's going out to play the Border Gavaskar Trophy. Gavaskar didn't get to meet Rohan for a long time after he was born. And Alan Border was told, your son is born. He gritted his teeth and continued batting. Those were different times though. People accepted men differently in those days. If he wants to be with Anushka at the time of the delivery, I think there's only two people who take that decision, and that is the two of them. And we say, wish you all the best. Now the second point. Does one player make a difference in a test series? Yes, India will be the weaker side because Virat Kohli loves playing in Australia. He's got a fantastic record on those bouncy tracks, true bounce. He gets on top of the bounce, not a lot of swing. He's a fabulous player and Australia loves him. We all love him. Of course, it'll weaken the side. But unlike in T20 cricket, the contribution of one player in a longer form is not so much. I mean, I remember Shane Warne coming to India and the story is told, I'm not 100% sure it's true, but Mark Taylor telling him, if you have to win me the series, then we've already lost. If you're depending on one player to win you a series, then you have already lost the series. You don't need to play it anymore. So if India were going to go to Australia and win it on the strength of Virat Kohli scoring runs, then that's a pipe dream that was not going to happen. But we also talk so glowingly about all the batting talent that is available in India. If indeed this talent exists, and I think it does, then it's a great opportunity for someone to stand up and say, yes, Virat Kohli is gone, but you know what? I'll come through. And sometimes when the shade goes, the shrubs start to grow into trees. We saw that with Steve Smith and Marnus Labuschagne, didn't we? Smith goes away, concussion substitute, he comes back. Suddenly, he's scoring more runs than anybody else in the world, and Australia found a number 3 that allows Smith to bat at number 4. Who knows? We didn't think Hanuma Vihari on his under-19 record would be a good international player. He came out to bat at number 6. He opened the batting. He's shown himself to be gritty. He might just say, you know what? This is my opportunity. I'll go and stand up. So I think we need to look at it positively and say, thank you very much, Virat Kohli. Look forward to having you back. But in your absence, let's see, someone might flower. Who thought Mayank Agarwal would become such a good long-form opening batsman given what we knew of him? So I think we need to look at it positively. We need Virat Kohli not to feel guilty and say, it doesn't matter, go be with your lady. And I hope it all goes well over there. And let's hope a replacement comes through. Purely in terms of numbers, don't forget though that Virat Kohli is going through a bit of a plateau. He doesn't have 100 since November 19. In his glory years, 16 to 18, I'm not saying the glory years are gone, but those years, 2016 to 2018, come once in a lifetime. And those 2016 to 18 years for Kohli were among the greatest in the history of Indian cricket. He's scoring all those double hundreds. He's scoring a test 100 once in 4 innings. He's scoring an ODI 100 once in about 3.5 innings. Since then, it's been 1 century in 7.5 test innings. It's been 1 ODI 100 in many more innings, about 6 ODI innings. So Virat Kohli in 2019-20 hasn't been the player. And I'm only saying this from the point of view how much you're going to miss. The energy, the leadership, the passion, the enthusiasm, these are all numbers that you cannot capture these are all things you cannot capture in terms of numbers. So yes, India will miss Virat Kohli. Yes, he's going to go back to us. Yes, in Australia, he's a big force. Remember, in Adelaide, his record is just simply outstanding. First saw that 100 on that tour, 11-12, when he was almost out of the side, got a game in Perth, came back, got 100 in Adelaide. The second innings 100 in 2014, one of the greatest that I have seen. We keep talking about Tendulkar in Perth, only suffers very, very little in comparison. His 100 in Adelaide, the 100 against Pakistan, his record in Adelaide is simply outstanding, but he's there for the Adelaide test. And if he can give India a rousing start in that pink ball test, then I still think we should say thank you very much to Virat Kohli. So I think let's end this whole debate on what Virat Kohli should do. Let's wish him well and say, all you other guys, come on, let's show what the depth of India's batting is.